Can anyone hear me? Hello?
Hi everyone, my name is Emma Kesser and I'm working for a bank on the lending side, and I moved to Dubai in 2019, January. So first when I moved here, I was looking for an apartment, and the building is new. It's a pretty well equipped, like really nice apartment with very good system of security and everything. But and then I've been living here for almost 2 years. I was like really happy. I chose this place because of the security reasons, plus my workplace is near my apartment. Just recently an incident happened, so I would like to share it with you guys. I was working from home because of this COVID issue. We are working from home these days. I was working from home and I wrapped up my work around 6 or 6:15 in the evening, and I was just texting my friend that I will be going to the gym afterwards. So I was just getting ready for the gym. I think it was about 7 or 7:15, around 7:15 p.m. like evening. So I went to the washroom just to fresh up and change, and I closed the door. Though I live alone, so I don't lock the door, so I just closed it. So the moment I closed it and I changed my clothes and I just I just washed my face and everything, I turned around and opened the door and I realized it's not opening. I cannot open it. So what happened, just for a second, I told myself that Emma, you're gone now. Nothing can happen, because I did not have my mobile phone inside, no contact, nothing, no watch. I don't know what time it is, and I don't have neighbors on the left as well as on the right side. So I know even if I'm going to scream, nothing's going to happen. But I tried opening the door, nothing happened. I failed. I stood on the toilet seat and I tried to open the false ceiling. I screamed from there. Nobody could hear me. Then I tried opening it again. I had nothing. I had just small pocket scissor. So I tried opening with that. I used my nail cutter. I even hurt my thumb, but nothing happened. And in fact, then I realized, I started panicking a little. So when I was panicking, I was running out of breath. Then I realized that if I keep on doing this, I might just faint, or something really bad is going to happen. So what I did, I just asked myself to relax. I had a bit of water from the tap. Obviously, I did not have water, so I just had water from the tap. I washed my face. I just wet my hair, like slightly washed them just to relax, and I sat and I thought, okay, now what to do? I broke the door. I even broke the handle, but I could not get out. Then with the same handle, I started banging the wall, and I started making sounds that, hey, can anyone hear me? Then I used the same handle on the floor, so that even someone can hear me. So maybe someone's going to complain that the person on second floor is probably just disturbing us. But trust me, nothing happened. So I just told myself that at least for good 9 hours nobody is going to come. Probably when next day my parents going to get worried that I'm not replying, I'm not responding to any calls or messages, or my office people might think that where am I'm not on leave. So I told myself that good 8 hours I have to spend it here, or probably 9 to 10 hours. And I did the same, but every now and then I screamed, I shouted, so that maybe someone's passing by can hear, but nothing happened. Then, and obviously I had hopes, but at the same time I was afraid. So I had this 5% or probably a little bit a feeling that probably I might not get out. So I was really upset, so that I might just not get out. And I was just getting these negative thoughts in my head that maybe somebody is going to complain, and maybe somebody is going to come to see. Negative thoughts were coming in my mind, but at the same time I had hope that no, my parents are definitely going to get worried, and my friends are going to get worried. Something will happen and someone will come back. And then I was just sitting there. I prayed, to be honest. I prayed, and I was trying to find ways, but nothing. And then I think around 4 or something, I slept for a while. I slept on the floor. there was no air, right? So, but I could just, I get some, I could breathe when I could just put my mouth, like my face towards the door, right? So I just, I just slept there. I think probably for 15-20 minutes, I'm not sure. Then my alarm rang for 4:30 a.m. So my phone was outside, so I could hear my alarm ringing. So I was a little relaxed that, okay, thank God it's 4:30 now. I have a cousin here. We're really, really close. We're like sisters. So then I was wondering that why isn't she coming to see me? Why did my parents call, right? All those negative thoughts that what if it's 1 o'clock right now? What if it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then probably the day will pass again, and then it's going to be night again, because at night it's more depressing and it's more scary. But then after that I heard someone knock, just a knock on my door, main door. I just screamed for help, and then I realized it's my cousin. So I just told her, please don't go, I'm stuck in the washroom, just either call the police or just break the door, do something. Then she told me she has the spare key, but she does not have it right now. So I told her to run back, because I usually keep the spare key there. So she went back, and then she came, obviously going all the way from Dera to Mirdiv. It definitely takes probably about 20 minutes going, 20 minutes coming. So she came back, she called the security that just to be around. And then she came, and then she opened the door, and then I got out. It was terrible. It was terrible. But I'm glad that I have someone here in Dubai, and I'm glad that my parents got worried. Then when I came out, I just took my phone. I was panicking. I was shaking. Obviously, I did not know what's happening. Then I realized I had 102 messages from my parents, and probably 50-60 messages from my friends. So many calls.
Actually, I got a call in the morning from Emma's father, who's my uncle, and he was very worried because he was not able to track Emma from past night. So they were trying to call her from around 7 last night, and then he called me up in the morning, and he was very worried that he was not able to find where Emma is. Normally, Emma is always responding, or otherwise she replies the call. And then I tried calling her. Then I got a call from US, from her sister and my brother. Everybody was very worried, and I was thinking maybe she is sleeping. Then when they kept on calling me so many times, then I left my home and then came to Emma's place. And then I just spoke to the watchman down there. He tried calling on the intercom, but there was no response. Then we came up. Then I came up first, and then started knocking at the door. Then I heard some sounds from inside, help, help, like that, and I was really worried.
There was a time when I actually lost all hopes. I know that I had hopes, but honestly I lost all hopes. I thought maybe these are the last days of my life, and I won't be able to get out, because I had no options. I could not do anything. I just failed to do everything, failed to break the door, break the lock, everything. So I just thought maybe these are the last days, and I started, I just picked up my eyeliner and started writing my will or my dues, or who to pay, from where to collect money, everything on a wall. It was very, very depressing, but at the same time I told myself that no, someone is definitely going to come for help. But I knew that not until morning. So it was definitely terrifying for me. So overall, in total, I think I stayed there for around 17 to 17 and a half hours. So one day in the evening around 7:15 and until next day 11:45 a.m. So it was hell of a time. I don't carry my mobile phone inside, but I think I've learned a lesson. An advice to everyone that they should definitely carry their mobile phones. There's no need to close the door even. You should always share numbers with each other, because when my parents called, they did not have the watchman's number, they did not have my neighbor's number, they did not have my friend's number. All they had was my cousin's number. So I think it's a wise decision to at least share the watchman and the neighbor's number with your parents, with your friends, so in case something happens, they know who to contact to.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Can I call the ambulance? Are you okay or no?
No, I just want water.
Just water.
Thank you, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.